Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by...
Oh, say.
It's the Pacers, and we are nearly ready. Well, thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say.
Here we go.
So Indiana wins the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Pacers, Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Bogdanović in at the 3 slot. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
And Gasol gets it to go.
And the long arms that Gasol has is what allows him to drop dunks on defenders. What a powerful force close to the rim.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. We're about 1 minute into the first. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. There's the screen. Pass to Collison. On the wing, Turner. Shot clock at 6. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Collison kicks to Bogdanović. Collison with a screen on Leonard. Here's Bogdanović. Parker with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Ginobili. Here's Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
From the stripe. Rebound, San Antonio. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Inside, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
And Nate McMillan, formerly an assistant in Indiana, now the head coach. Do you think it's tough to succeed another head coach that, Clark, you work under?
I imagine there would be some awkwardness there, but in his case, it wasn't a mid-season transition. It was at the end of a season, so that certainly helps. Frank Vogel simply wasn't re-signed, was not fired, was not replaced, just wasn't re-signed. I think all of that made it a little easier for Nate.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And Stevenson comes in for Bogdanović. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Joseph, the pass to Sabonis. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Now, here's Anderson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green kicks to Anderson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The pass to Sabonis. Here's the screen. Back to Joseph. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the length.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And he's good on the three ball. Joseph's got 6.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Green kicks to Anderson. Pass to Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Here's Turner. Good work there as it goes.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. Mark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And so in the game for the Pacers, Sabonis and Turner, the young big man up front. Corey Joseph is out there with Young. And it's Stevenson in at the small forward position.
And Turner's length causes defenses all kinds of problems. I mean, he really uses that length extremely well to draw fouls.
That one is no good. A lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge. But like L.A., I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Rudy Gay. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Sabonis. And Aldridge slams it in.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
And Indiana shooting at 50% in a decent group. Screen by Young. And And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Parker. For Indiana, they have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. He's off on the first.
When Lance Stephenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. Young with the steal. Nobody near Stevenson. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
There's a good screen. Offensive rebound. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Stevenson's got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of...
Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Young with the ball. Outguarded by Murray. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Here's Leonard.
Oh, watch out below. Come on now. Woo. Throw it down. And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer. A move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol's checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Bertans, and it's Ginobili in for Murray. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Sabonis. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stephenson. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Oladipo. And it's Collison in for Joseph Young. Here's Parker. Gasol, great positioning on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 9.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Young outside. This is to Collison. Over Parker. Just 5 on the clock. From the baseline. A rebound by the Spurs. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Spurs leading by 9. Anderson outside. Ginobili outside. He dishes it to Gasol. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Turner. Bogdanovich against Leonard. Outside Collison. Feeds it to Young. He kicks to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Releases from 15, and Gasol sends it back. That one doesn't drop, and we've reached halftime in this one. Spurs lead by 9. And now we'll...
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille. LaMarcus Aldridge was the story in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time.
That about wraps it up.
A grand view of the well-attended Alamo on a beautiful night. San Antonio leading. Skilled tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gasol and at the 5, home in the paint. That's the San Antonio 5. Out left to the wing. Collison dishes to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Young against Parker. Young's shot is off.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
And the Pacers with a lot of scoring on their roster. Clark, how does Thaddeus Young blend into that?
Well, I think he's a scorer. He's a guy who does a lot of the intangibles. What I like about him is he's an excellent cutter. Plays well off the ball, so he doesn't always need it in his hands to be effective.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Good defensive work there by Young.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And for 3, Collison buries the long-range jumper. Collison's got the first field goal of the second half for the Pacers. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And what precision passing from Gasol. A real genius at finding his teammates in their comfort zone.
Pacers trail by 8. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Leonard. Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Indiana also making some changes. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison.
Boy, just destroying the defense's confidence with his ridiculous bounce and his skill. Miles Turner, special. And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better and has all-star potential.
And Stevenson's checked in for the Pacers.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Stevenson setting the pick for Oladipo. Laverne with the steal. Inside, Aldridge. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age, humble, hard-working, hungry, smart, and I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw good from Aldridge.
And, you know, the length and height of Aldridge make him a tough matchup. He's a hard guy to go against, a strong forward that has an impressive mid-range stroke.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Clark, you look around the NBA, which big men impress you with their ability to put up points from the high post?
Well, I think Blake Griffin, as he's established his jump shot and become more proficient in making that 15 to 17-footer. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the outstanding young players in the league, extremely versatile, can shoot it out to the three-point line, can post it, can make the mid-range shot. Aldridge is still one of the best mid-post players, but took a lot of criticism for his inability to dominate in the low post.
Right. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Davis Bertans checks in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Sabonis. It's tipped. Here's Bertans, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Robinson's checked in for the Pacers. And Joseph kicks to Young. Gay against Stevenson. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw good from Lance Stevenson. All free throws good from Lance Stevenson. Spurs leading by 9. The feed to Gay. Lays it up off the glass. Gay's got his first basket.
And love how committed Gay is inside. No one is stopping him. He's overcoming any challenge.
Poke loose. Mills with the steal. And Mills with a clear path to the hoop. And that one drops for him.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Robinson for 3. Offensive rebound, but they'll get another chance. Laverne with the steal. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Here's Robinson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And that one is good.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Robinson sets a screen for Joseph. Back to Robinson. Fires from deep. Robinson missing again. Over to the left wing. Laverne passes to Bertans. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
And so it's San Antonio. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the... And so here is Indiana, down by 15. And so in the game for the Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison is out there with Robinson. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Turner with a screen on Anderson. Young dishes to Turner. Clock at 6. And it's Young, that time on the assist by Turner. Young's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Pacers. Leonard attacking. Young with the steal. Robinson against Ginobili. Robinson kicks to Collison. Screen by Young. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Aldridge comes in for Kyle Anderson, and Parker subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And the Pacers also making a change. Oladipo, he's checked in for Robinson.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Ginobili against Oladipo. Turner with a screen on Ginobili. Here's Oladipo. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
Aldridge kicks to Gasol. Now the dish to Ginobili. He feeds it to Gasol. And LaMarcus Aldridge again. Aldridge has got 22 points.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense. And I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Start it.
And the Pacers call time here. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He was not happy with their defensive performance. He said they're getting everything they want. We've got to show them we can't let that happen. You have to make a stand. You have to get some stops, and that'll get us going on a run. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Turner with the screen for Collison. Kicks to Bogdanovich. There's a screen. Passes to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
1:56 left in the fourth. Parker passes to Aldridge. It's good. Aldridge has got 14 points here in the second half.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for him. Almost looks too easy for him, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
Young, a screen on Leonard. Rejected by Gasol.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done. Over. Fine.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Shots good by Turner.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Aldridge misses. Collison with it. He's picked up by Parker. And good that time.
Collison showing good concentration there. Never took his eyes off the target.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's on Thaddeus Young.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And so he makes both from the line. Outside Collison. Green with the block. Anderson inside. Bertans inside the line. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge.